So apparently, it's impossible to find a man that is good enough to turn my brain off.
Go to Home Depot and look confused, okay? If you're a single lady, look confused.
I thought y'all said the men's be in Home Depot. They don't be here.
All of the good men must just be like hiding out together, because where are they? Like, where?
The search for a sponsor continues once again, and the desperation keeps getting worse.
Hey, where are we finding good men?
Women often complain about there not being any good men around to marry.
If you're in search of a man, specifically a blue-collar, working man, construction, whatever.
For many of these women searching, what they're looking for is a last resort. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Ladies, go get a job at a hospital. Do not question it, just go get a job at a hospital. We wonder why we can't find a man. It's because there's too many vacant spots at the hospital. Guess what's coming and going out the hospital every 9 weeks? Internship rotations. I wonder why I couldn't find a man. Guess what? It's because God wants me to be with a doctor.
Where are the men that are generous and don't expect anything in return? Like, I need you to buy me the world and not expect a damn thing from me. Like, where are those men? I know they exist.
I just want to know, where do all the single men hang out at?
Ladies, I have figured out where the men hang out at. Number one is they are at home building their empire until their queen comes along, meaning that they are sick and tired of women taking away stuff from them, using them, taking their money, spending their money. So they just want to be sure that they will just wait till the right person comes along. Second is they're at home because they've been hurt in the past, and because one woman has hurt them, they decide to be a crybaby and stay home, and they just don't trust women at all and think they're all the same, and they'd rather just kind of be in their bedroom and be emotional and deal with their feelings. So they're at home. And then third place is they're at home, just avoiding people. They're at home. So in conclusion, ladies, single men are at home. That's all. They're at home. Simple.
What's crazy is that women have done everything they can to push men away, and now, all of a sudden, many of them are asking for men again, asking their whereabouts and the locations they be at. For years, they were the ones saying, "We don't need men," celebrating independence, clowning men for even trying to pursue them, and acting like men were disposable. They told men to do better, but when men pulled back and actually stopped showing up, now the silence is hitting them hard. Men aren't in the clubs the same way. They're not running up to strangers in public like before, and they're not flooding dating apps anymore. They've checked out, found peace in solitude, or redirected their energy into careers, hobbies, travel, and, in many cases, women overseas who actually want them. And now the same women who pushed them away are scrambling, trying to figure out where the good men went. The irony is that this is the exact result of the behavior they pushed for. You can't shame men, belittle men, take advantage of them, and then expect them to stick around like nothing happened.
All right, this one is for my single people and single people only. Your girl needs help. Dating apps are obviously so used and abused nowadays that nobody's really using them or taking them seriously. So where in the heck do you go to meet other single people? I'm a hairdresser, so I work with a bunch of women, and I go to the gym and I'm at home. So like, would you want to be approached at the gym? Most people say no. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I'm based out of Southern California. Where do you frickin' go to meet singles? Because your girl's tapping out.
There is nothing wrong with you. This is the most universal feeling ever. Finding your person is like finding a unicorn. They do not exist until they do all of a sudden, and it's never when you expect it. But when it happens, it feels like you're emotionally orgasming all the time because this person makes you feel so happy, and I promise it's worth the wait. That being said, don't settle.
At Home Depot, trying to find myself a real man. I wonder if they're here on the weekends. So if you're Home Depot, you're going to be fucking lucky because I need a man I like brand.
I just heard from announcement that they're calling my lucky man. He's in lumber. Daddy, I'm coming. You're in lumber. Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. Leaving very unsatisfied with no sugar daddy that didn't pay my tab. Sad, sad, sad.
Well, you heard her yourself. She's leaving Home Depot unsatisfied after she couldn't find a sugar daddy. This is where we are in the dating world, especially when dealing with modern women. If they're not in survival mode, they're in entitlement mode. It's not about building a life with a man. It's about finding a man who can fund the life they want while they just show up. The reality is, this trend of women visiting stores looking for a financially well-off man to fund their life is becoming more and more common. Instead of being in these places to shop for what they need, they're shopping for men. Home Depot, Costco, even coffee shops. It's less about what's on the shelves and more about who's in the room with a thick wallet. It's about leverage. They're not asking, is he a good man? Can we build a future together? They're asking, what can he do for me financially? How much can he provide? And that mindset is dangerous because it turns relationships into transactions.
Okay, for those of you who have met your partners, boyfriends, fiancés, husbands off of the dating apps, where did you go? Where did you meet them? Because I'm at a loss. I have tried dating leagues, cornhole, run clubs. Where are the guys? They're not even at the bars. Like, what do they do during the day? Where are they hiding? I live in the DMV area, if that is helpful information. If you have any ideas specific to Washington, D.C., I would love that. I will go. I will try it out, and I'll report back for our fellow single girlies and figure out, where are all the men? Seriously.
There's a good men epidemic right now, and we need to talk about it. Me, along with all of my friends, are all single. We have so many hobbies. We go to run clubs, the gym, social events. Like, we're out there. We're working, right? But every single time I meet a man who has anything interesting to say, he's always in a freaking relationship. So it's true. Where are the good men at? Where are y'all finding them? Because I can't find any.
A guy in finance, trust fund, blah, 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 whatever. No, you know what I'm looking for at this point? Is a non-ugly male. That's literally it. I cannot remember the last time I saw a physically attractive male, like in real life. I literally don't remember. Girls are always pretty on the streets, like the only attractive men I ever see are online, like celebrities or, I don't know, people on TikTok or whatever. I don't know if I'm living in the wrong place or the wrong country or something, or everybody's hiding somewhere, but like, literally, where are all the hot people? Where are the hot singles?
I find it funny when women get on camera and say there aren't attractive males around while they're literally painting their faces and insecurities away with makeup. The reality is, most people in the world are average looking. That's just facts. But here's the kicker. You mostly hear statements like these from average women who, in their imagination, believe they're way above the scale. It's delusion at its finest. They'll put on filters, lashes, contour, and then hop online talking about how there aren't any men on their level. Meanwhile, without the mask, they're no different than the same average men they look down on. But because society constantly gasses them up, because likes and comments flood their heads with validation, they start believing they're entitled to top-tier men while dismissing average men as not attractive enough. The irony is, the men they're chasing don't take them seriously, and the men they overlook are the ones who would have actually valued them.
To all the girls saying they wonder why they can't find a good man, stop looking at the bar. Here are the places you will find your mans. The gas station at 5 o'clock in the morning. You will see all the very hard-working blue-collar men getting their morning energy drinks and coffee. The beer aisle at around 6 o'clock. They will always be there. They're getting their beer after work. And last but not least, Home Depot, Lowe's, hardware store, anything like that, at 7 o'clock to noon on a Saturday. Those are the ones. They're the ones. They will do all your DIY projects. They will love you because they're not hungover from the night prior. And if they are, they got up. Don't look for the scrub at the bar because he's probably a scrub.
I cannot remember the last time that I talked to a man and he actually made me laugh. Like, what happened to men being funny? I've had conversations with guys and like, I'll chuckle here and there, but nothing where I'm like, damn, this dude is funny. And for me, that's important. You know, like the next person that I'm going to be with, they need to make me laugh like every single day. And like my type of humor is like Parks and Rec, Nathan Fielder, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Trevor Noah. Just funny shit, you know? And guys just aren't funny anymore. Like, I can't be the only funny one all the time. Also, like, sometimes guys will randomly send me reels or memes on IG, and I'm like, this isn't funny. Like, it just makes me not want to respond.
You got to be careful when dating women like this. She's looking for a man to make her laugh every single day. Now, it's fine for her to have her preferences. Everybody has them. But it becomes a problem when those preferences are rooted in unrealistic expectations. Because think about it. What happens on the days when he's stressed, when life hits hard, when he's not cracking jokes every minute? Does that mean she's going to lose interest? Will she start scanning the room for the next guy who can make her laugh her panties off? Many of these types are really just looking for entertainment, not a relationship. They want constant stimulation, constant laughs, constant excitement, like you're supposed to be their Netflix subscription, always streaming something new to keep them entertained. The problem is, life doesn't work like that. Real relationships aren't a comedy show or a highlight reel. There are ups and downs, serious moments, and times where both of you need to be mature and grounded.
I found where they're all hiding out. I found where all the good men are. The single good men. They are in the house. They are going to work. They're going to the gym in that rotation. And they're not on dating apps. They're not outside. They're not at clubs. They're not at bars. They're inside the house. And they're working on themselves. They're putting all of their energy into themselves to make themselves the best version of themselves they could possibly be and the best version of a partner they can possibly be for somebody else. Tried and tested. Tried and tested. So you know how you find them? You don't go knocking on their doors. I mean, maybe, but you need to strategize by asking friends, coworkers, family members who are in relationships that you admire. You need to ask men who you admire. And you need to say, do you have any friends, brothers, cousins that are single that you think you could hook me up with? Trust me. Make it your duty to reach out to 3 people over the next week whom you admire and ask, do you have someone that you can hook me up with? I promise you something good might come out of it. And if everyone's like, oh no, I don't know anyone, keep asking. Expand that list, baby girl.
I think the gym is the best spot to meet men in real life, like masculine men, because masculine men work out. But so many girls want to do the yoga and Pilates. There's no men there. So, like, maybe do that every once in a while. I don't know. You need to go in the weight section. That's where they are. Weight section in mornings. You have to go in the morning. I don't know why, but, like, the good ones are in the morning. And I know a lot of girls don't want to go in the weight section because they're intimidated of it. Okay, men like that. They like when you look a little, you know, like a non-know-it-all. They enjoy that. So just walk around the gym. Like, seriously, walk around the gym, pick like 3 machines, and then go on the treadmill. But then go there every day in the morning, same time. They'll make their way over. They really will.
This is incorrect. The gym isn't the best spot to find men anymore, because women ruin that space too. What used to be a place for self-discipline, focus, and bettering yourself has now turned into another stage for attention-seeking and clout-chasing. Instead of letting men work out in peace, you've got women recording themselves, setting up tripods, waiting for a guy to glance in their direction just so they can post a video online calling him creepy. The irony is that the very place women thought would be a goldmine for finding men has now turned into one of the worst environments, not because men left, but because women made it hostile for them to be men in the first place. Many women say they can't find good men at the gym anymore, but it's because men don't even feel welcome there as men. They turned the one place that should have been neutral ground into another trap, and now they're wondering why it's empty.
I know this is gonna sound mean, but
Go ahead, bro. What haven't you guys said to us already? Viewer discretion is advised.
I just need to rant for a minute. Do ugly guys have more confidence than hot men?
No, they don't have more confidence than hot men. Ugly men just have to work harder in order to get with women.
Because why did I go out dancing last night and the only guys with the balls to come and chat me up were 2s and 3s?
So life does this really unique thing where it really pushes out what we ought to qualify for, what we attract. So more often than not, when we go out into social spaces and we're attracting 2s and 3s, your words, not mine, that's what you qualify for. Now, I know it can be a little disheartening. I know it can be a little hard to digest, but the sooner you can accept it, the more happy you will be. And I'm going to assume these guys were actually 2s and 3s because, you know, y'all be doing too much. Y'all be saying niggas is 2s and 3s and they don't really be all that bad. But for the sake of the video, let's say they are 2s and 3s. That's just what you qualify for because 2s and 3s typically are ugly and they have low confidence because they are so bottom of the totem pole.
And I am not saying that I'm a perfect 10, a goddess of a woman, but I would like to think that I could pull a man who's hotter than the living embodiment of a toe fungus. And
Okay, going back to the concept of life, right? If you could actually do that, you would have did it already. That's like a broke man telling me I can make $1 million by today, but he's broke, like flat out broke, living on the street. Why would I believe in him? My first question to him would be, nigga, why haven't you made it already? What are you waiting for? He has not shown me anything to prove what he is actually saying to me. So in this space, you're coming to us and saying, hey, I don't understand why I'm attracted to 2s and 3s, but I believe I can pull a high-figure man or a good-looking man. Do it already. Because if you could actually do it, you would not be online talking to us. Trust and believe. You would have had what you think you could already get. See how that worked?
yet that's who's coming and flirting with me. And so men, I need y'all to weigh in. I need attractive men specifically to weigh in. Are y'all shy? Is that what the tea is? Are you already booed up? Or are you just so fine that you don't need to approach a woman because they just automatically come up to you?
Okay, sweetheart, let me stop the bleeding. I'm going to make an attempt to try and make this make sense for you. It's a little bit of all those things, but it's also the fact that you aren't what they want. Now, that's the tricky part about dating. You got to figure out what lane you are in. And once you figure that out, like I said earlier in the video, you would be much happier. And you know what? Maybe you are above the 2s and 3s. Maybe you just are, right? For the sake of the argument. That still doesn't qualify you for those men that you deem to be attractive because none of them came up to you. And attractive men do walk up to women. Just fine women. So to conclude, if you're ever out in a social space and you think you're looking good and all you getting is 2s and 3s and all the attractive men are not paying you no mind, look inward. You might find something. Y'all keep the change.
The thing is, the men that these women are most likely attracting are average men. Men on their same level. And again, because they don't think they're average, they get upset about it. They look at the men who approach them and say, "Why is it always the ones I don't want?" But the truth is, that's their lane. That's their mirror. What they want is for the tall, good-looking, high-status guys to approach them. The problem is, those men don't find them attractive. They've got options. And with options comes standards. The men these women are drooling over are choosing women who are younger, more feminine, more cooperative. And that's the harsh reality a lot of modern women can't accept. Attraction isn't about what you think you deserve. It's about where you actually stand in the dating marketplace. Average women overvaluing themselves will always feel cheated because they're aiming for men who don't even notice them.